morning and good evening and good afternoon to everyone watching. I'm Jackson from Campaign Coins and I'm here with...
Mark, also, as it happens, from Campaign Coins.
What a twist! We're here.
What are the odds?
We're here. We're back. Waking up our new Twitch channel with our second regular stream because we got lots to talk about. We got some cool new metal and we got some cool new plans in the works and we got some cool things to talk about. Yeah. What?
Triple cool, but what people want to know, Jackson, is which one of us is Campaign and which one of us is Coins.
We're inseparable. Let's say that. As always, we're still learning the ropes. So let us know if anything sounds wonky or if you can't hear anything. All that good stuff. I'm just getting messages from our colleagues saying, maybe not, maybe something's wrong, but.
Then I will talk.
Yes,
because
please
Jackson
do talk.
Is without a net is endeavouring to fix technical problems
as usual
and be his charming self.
That's where I found it. Give us a shout if you can hear us and if everything sounds good to you.
All right, so we will look into chat and have people help you. But yes, the good news. Thank you,
Krios is
Chiros.
Krios, excellent.
0001, Krios the First.
Outstanding.
So thank you.
Thank you all.
Oh my God, and there's Andy coming in from the UK. What time have you got there, man? That is some commitment to the cause. You're talking midnight? Yeah, right, nice. So
I think we're all good. We're all good.
International comradeship.
So we're here with a Twitch channel. We have to give a shout out to Syrinscape, who make the lovely sounds you can hear behind us right now. The lilting bard music and the coins chinking in the chavin. Syrinscape is an excellent app to inject some music and soundscapes into your tabletop role-playing experience, and we dig it.
Certainly are. Lovely people too.
But we're also here to talk about some specials coming up, some new products, and we're also, as is tradition for a stream, going to give some coins away right now. If
What?
I know,
What?
crazy.
For free?
For free. Not
Just
even for
for
real
me
money.
here?
If you type
My God.
exclamation treasure into the chat right now, you'll go into the draw to win $25 worth of campaign coins credit. So there we are.
Spoilers will be worth even more. Even more on this weekend. Why, Jackson?
Why? I'm so glad you asked, because this weekend from this Friday, we're of course participating in the great festive tradition of Black Friday. So from Friday, when you spend at least $15 on campaigncoins.com, you'll get 15% off your order, which is pretty sweet. Now's the perfect time to stock up to get some real money into your campaign. But as well as our Black Friday special, we've also got our ongoing shipping discounts for international, outside of Australia, customers. When if you spend at least $20, you can use the code SHIP5 for $5 off your shipping. Or if you spend at least $150, you can use the code SHIP10 for $10 off your shipping. Reminders of all that are on the front page of the website at campaigncoins.com, as will be a notice about the Black Friday special when it goes live from Friday to Monday. There is Tad.
Oh my God, I believe the third host has checked
Tad
in.
is very excited about our Black Friday specials, and he wants the whole world
Look
to
at
know
that.
it. Here he is.
That's fantastic,
Hopefully he
mate.
gets to his
You're
share.
doing God's work there.
There we are.
Excellent. I love a cat interrupting a stream because it's just kind of polite. It's like, hello, what you doing? Whereas if my dog interrupts the stream, it's because he's out there going feral. Although right now, actually, he's being clipped. I've sent away a schnauzer cross and I'm going to get back a whippet. All right. So getting back to the shipping, because the ongoing worldwide situation, there are few planes flying from Australia as opposed to this time last year. So it means that our economy air shipping on the website is just not available right now. It's starting to come back for some countries, but it's not a tracked service, and we're just a little bit worried that it might take so long people will be concerned. So you'll find that our shipping rates are a little higher than they used to be, simply because we're using standard or express, and that's why I wanted to give you a discount to kind of join in with you. And just a little point of note, in fact, for international orders, we are past the cutoff for holiday delivery. It might still make it. Don't know about Kazakhstan. I know we've got a lot of fans in Kazakhstan. How about that statue of that dog? Now that's my type of despot. I think they'd probably still land in the US, but Australia Post officially cannot guarantee it.
That's right.
But you will save some money in the sale, 15% off. You could look at our new starter sets, which we talked about last stream. So that brings them down from 45 to 38.50. I'm doing maths without a net. It's crazy. Don't do that. 37.50. There you go. Correcting myself. And of course, all the things we're going to talk about today, 15% off. Sweet deal.
All that good stuff. We should mention as well, if you are absolutely keen, I can see some is already keen to get some holiday presents to the gaming table. So we apologise if they don't make it in time. Yes, be sure to get into the giveaway. But if you're really keen to make it a special present and be sure it is on time, you can get a gift certificate from Campaign Coins as well, so that you'll have that in hand because it's emailed straight to your inbox. So that's another way to say thank you to your tireless GMs who run the games.
Yes, you should thank the person that puts up with all your nonsense. Going into the tavern and ignoring the adventure because the DM made up a stupid goblin and now he's your best friend. Nonsense! So you need to bribe them with pizza, beer, and gifts.
I've got a double segue lined up. Speaking of our last stream, you can catch up on that, where we talked about our new starter sets and using coins in your campaign. You can catch up on that on our YouTube channel, which I've just thrown a link into the chat. If you subscribe that, you'll be able to watch this stream again. Well, to relive all of the magic.
Oh God. Wow! Do you remember that part where Mark held up that sign? That was my favourite.
Get a clip of Tad walking into the background. Yes, have a look at the last stream, have a look at this stream, but what you'll also see on our YouTube channel is a video Mark put up just last week.
I did a thing. I took this box and I unboxed it.
Which I believe is what they're for.
That is, yeah, I know there's a lot of unboxing videos of books, which I personally find a little cognitive dissonance, but this is a box, and it was legit. I'm gonna look at that. It's unboxed again. Just unboxing frenzy around here. I was really excited to receive this from our friends at Paizo. We make the Pathfinder hero point tokens and faction badges and lots of neat things for Pathfinder and Starfinder. Always been a huge fan. We've played so many years in Eberron using Pathfinder. And the new edition is fantastic. Their original box set for Pathfinder, I just think absolutely is rarely beaten, except by themselves, for just cool stuff and value in a box set. So I just really wanted to share my experience of ripping it open for the first time. So yes, there may have been factual errors. There was no research. There was just unboxing. So you can see that on the YouTube. And I am desperate to get back to the Pathfinder game, especially with all this neat stuff, which we were playing in a former life.
In the before times. I remember them well.
Indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah, you remember tables. Oh, I miss tables.
Yeah.
So, we've been playing Hell Knight Hill in the Age of Ashes Adventure Path by Amanda Harmon.
I think I mentioned this previously. I had a great time with my half-elf, half-halfling rogue, because, I wanted to play a rogue. Should I go for a halfling or an elf? Well, why not both? Because there was a paragraph, I think I mentioned this before, there's a paragraph in the Pathfinder core book that says, if you really have to play a half-halfling, half-elf, then ask your GM if it's okay, and you can kind of plug these feats together and it should work. And I said, yes, I will.
And I said it was okay. See, pizza and beer. Bring me the pizza and the beer.
It was so good. And what a joy it is to make Pathfinder characters, because Pathfinder is a game that it really lets you do everything, which is, what a role-playing game is, but it gives you that structure to make a character who's really good at these specific things. My character is really good at intimidating people when they've got the upper hand and, sneaking around, disabling these kinds of traps. It kind of gives you all of the options all at once to lay them out and build your character exactly as specialized as you want. That's what I dug. Because I missed out on Pathfinder First Edition. Well, I didn't miss out. I didn't get around to playing it, but the Pathfinder Second Edition was a great time to get into it and see what people think about it.
And all the murdering. I love the way criticals, a nat 20 is a critical, but if you get 10 over what you need, that's a critical. So there was a lot of murdering, which was, because I mean they had it coming. I like the 3-action economy, so you probably can't see it, but like Twin Feint is a double action. But you've got 3 actions, so you can move and Twin Feint. Quick Draw is a single action. And it's really neat with the magic spells too, that you can, when you cast a spell like healing, you decide if you want to spend 2 of your actions or 3 of your actions. And if you just sit tight for the whole round and really focus on the spell, then you get more out of it. So you've got interesting kind of cool things happening during the game.
So that's why we like Pathfinder. What are we doing with Pathfinder these days? With some new friends.
Oh my god, with new friends, the best friends. We are so thrilled. Beadle Grimm, you would have seen them originally on the Stream of Many Eyes when they made their astounding debut, worldwide debut. I just love everything about them. I love what they do, the quality. They've been doing amazing box sets for 5th edition. You must have seen them around. If not, check out the recent article in Polygon, which really breaks down the Frostmaiden box set they've just done. But I really dig that this is literally a gaming group. Bill, Charlie, John, Matthew, and Paul. You might recognize Matthew from being the villain in Scream and being Shaggy, but he's just a huge nerd like all of us, and he still plays with his D&D group. And they decided to have a midlife crisis, and instead of sports cars, they thought they would do some form a gaming company and bring things to the table in the way that they imagine and they want to play the immersive. I think they're really hitting that goal, and it's been delightful working with them, and of course with Paizo as well. And so just emailing with Bill and with Matthew. And Matthew seems like a pretty nice guy when you see him on streams. It's all true. He's just so responsive and kind of enthusiastic, and it's such a great dialogue. So they are wonderful new partners. We couldn't be happier. So they're doing the complete character chronicles for Pathfinder, which are really deluxe player journals. And I like the idea that you're making a story with your character, and the story is going to last, and you're going to reflect back on it and literally create a diary, create a journal. But what they really wanted to do with these, and do check out the Kickstarter, just Google Beadle Grimm Kickstarter, and on the YouTube we'll put a link down there somewhere.
Let me see if I can get a link at the chat right now.
Yeah, it goes until the 1st of December, so get on that. Hi Rupee the cat. It's a lot of cats tuning in today. So they really wanted to create a beautiful kind of full color diary for your character, which does 2 things at once. It's you're recording your character sheet, and of course all of your deeds, but also all the rules you need are right there. So you don't need to be cracking out the rule book as well. You've got this one-stop shop, which I think is a really nifty idea. And there's 4 books announced, and you can see them all there. I'm just presuming you can see them all there. I can't see the PowerPoint. That's Jackson. He drives that
doing my job. Let's see
like
how long
the
I keep that up.
performing monkey that he is. And you can see that they've taken those symbols from the Pathfinder book of the character classes and really reduced them, made them even more iconic, and they're on the cover there. So of course they've got the classic lineup of Fighter, Wizard, Rogue, and Thief. Trivia, annoying trivia, in Dungeons & Dragons original 1974, it was fighting man, because only men fought. It was a man's business. Yeah, no. Although thieves are always thieves to me, this rogue stuff is weak sauce, and I will fight you in the dark with a backstab. So yeah, 1 for each class, and 2 secret classes to be announced. And they're also doing dice sets for every class. So check it out. It's pretty neat. And so we are really excited to be involved.
How excited are we? What did we lend a hand with here?
Oh my God, so excited.
I've got some very cool slides coming up.
Yeah, so we, Adrian from Portland, Gamezilla regular. Hi, Adrian, good to see you, man. And elf was a character class, see some. I did not remember that. That's right, I am an elf. Simple days, happy days. All right, so Pathfinder 2nd Edition has unveiled a new version of the Pathfinder Society symbol. And so when looking at that, we suggested, why don't we make that in metal? I'm afraid I don't have a note of who did this art. I think it's spectacular with, this kind of, you can really imagine it's, Pathfinder Society is a wonderful metaphor which works both within the real world and also within the fiction. Within the real world, it's organized play. And of course, Eric Mona is a veteran of Living Greyhawk, which was the original Dungeons and Dragons organized play. And he brought all of that smarts when he and Lisa founded Paizo. So they wanted to have organized play embedded and actually built it into the fiction. So that within the fiction of the world, there is a Pathfinder Society. And it's kind of like your Witcher notice board of, adventurers wanted. So you can start any Pathfinder adventure, and all of the society adventures are pretty much like, you're here doing this job. And that like cuts straight to the kind of exciting part, as opposed to like being in the pub making fun of the goblin, which has its time and place. But if you want to get going, it's nice to be outside the dungeon with a job to do.
Yeah.
So
it's such a relief for people who run RPG get-togethers, meetups, like I did back in the day, back in the before times.
Of course you did. Yeah.
Good times at Gamezilla. I remember we had one excellent GM, Pete, who would come along with his own kind of mini Pathfinder Society. He'd run Pathfinder. He had a binder full of one-page adventures. You just go, all right, here are the jobs for the day. Pick one, and whoever just wandered up grabbed it. So that's
great.
Yeah, that's the essence of the Pathfinder Society, I guess. There's always work to be done, and there's always an adventure to be had.
I now just have a yen to run in the after times, run a night with a big notice board. You literally pull it down physically.
Yeah.
And shout out to Tonya, who does an amazing job running the Pathfinder Society worldwide. They're very welcoming. And also they're fully functioning online. It's in the between times. You can play Pathfinder right now. So that's the symbol. It's called the Glyph of the Open Road. And so it is literally a road leading off to the horizon with a kind of star. Might be Aridin. I'm not so good on my Galarian knowledge yet. I'm still learning because our campaign is paused. But we decided to make that in metal, and Beadle Grimm, the reason why they're such high quality is they're really clear about what they want. They want something that your character holds. It's a prop. It's in your world. They want it to be heavy. They want it to look like, not that it's been made perhaps in 2020, but was banged out by an artisan. And if you look at all of their badges and things, they're always like look a little bit old tech, but of course made with today's manufacturing techniques. So here's the photo of the prototype, which was approved. That's a lovely photo by the Beadle Grimm folks. Was approved first go from Paizo and from Beadle Grimm themselves, and it just really pops. We're so pleased with it, and it's got that kind of really rough look. So you can get that as an add-on for $20, and it is exclusive to Beadle Grimm. So do check out the campaign if you're a Pathfinder fan. If you're not a Pathfinder fan, look out for this fantastic beginner box set, and maybe watch the unboxing. It's just a great time to get in on this game. And I've been reading the adventure. It's really fun, really dynamic. And we're also helping them to make some pins of the character classes. And they look exactly like, you can see the first pin sample is the fighter pin, which you can see on the front page of the Kickstarter. So it's just been really delightful. So one more week in that campaign.
I'm going to put a link to the campaign one more time for anyone missed it. 6 days, even less than a week. Less than a week to go.
Get on it.
Absolutely get on it. Have a look at all the really cool books and neat stuff that we're chucking in there as well. Righto, that's Pathfinder.
And there's Jonathan just popped into chat and he enjoyed the unboxing review. Thank you, Jonathan. I enjoyed doing it. What's next?
We have a question from the audience, if you don't mind. Something our local
That's
group,
why we're here.
AP the Bold, Adrian. Something our local gaming community has considered is making or sourcing Braille gaming dice and coins. Has something like that ever hit your radar?
There are absolutely dice for partially sighted people. So there really are Braille dice around. And I'm going to remember the name of them 1 minute after we finish, and then I'm going to kick myself, which is quite hard to do, especially when you're old.
But they do exist.
Yeah, they certainly exist. In terms of coins, it's a neat idea, but I should think because we die cast and we have to mold, there's a question of the reach and also the fiction. But it's something to think about. What is at least handy about a coin, unlike a dice, is that it has a relief. So, and our coins have different symbols and different shapes. So it may be possible to, like, just by tactile. But I'm not an expert. It's a cool idea. Dice, absolutely, you can find them around. So yeah, thank you.
Excellent. That was our exciting new partnership with Beadle and Grimm's. We've made some more friends in the last month or so. This symbol may look familiar to you if you're fans of Penny Arcade and D&D in general. That is the symbol of Acquisitions Incorporated, the fantasy mega corporation headed by Jim Darkmagic and Omen
Green
Dram.
flame!
So we've had a great time playing over Zoom, digitally, with our fantastic Dungeon Master, Dan. Rupee the Cat is here, one of the other players as well. Fantastic. Here is a little happy snap from one of our games that Mark took. I believe this is us getting on the beers just after.
Getting on the beers, indeed. We had some good news in our home state. Yeah.
Good times.
I got on the ginger beer. It is now 4.5% alcoholic ginger beer. It's from my hometown. It's a tasty brew. And I think that's a muffin that Penny made. I'm just into the food here. Carry on, Jackson. I'm getting distracted.
Yeah, so there we are. Have you got the book there? I was going to grab it off my shelf, but I'm afraid I'll pull my headphones out. But it's there. Trust me. It's that one right there. We've had a great time playing the campaign. We've got an absolutely banger of a ragtag party. We call ourselves Jim's Adventuring, named after, of course, Jim Darkmagic, the wizard who gave us a chance. There's our franchise logo, which may be a joke lost on people in the Northern Hemisphere, but it amuses us terribly.
It's good in Canada and the UK.
Oh, really? Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. There we are, Jim's Adventuring, our franchise, and I put in we put in a photo of my character here. I just realized it's quite funny because when we go to conventions in the before times, we'd always have people come up to our booth itching to tell us about their characters, and we would always very, very happily listen. And now we're streaming instead of going to conventions, so we get to tell you about our characters. Excellent.
Suck it!
Sucked in. There is Orkin. He's my Goliath fighter. He's our parties and our franchise's health and safety officer. He's lost too many friends in preventable workplace accidents. So he's out here trying to clean up the adventuring industry and make sure no one else gets hurt. So he's decked out in very high-vis yellow armor there. He's got a high-vis yellow helmet and a safety cone for safety. And who are you playing, Mark?
Oh, I just want to give a shout out to your fantastic friend who did this.
My colleague Stefan painted that, who I believe is a Golden Goblin finalist.
Golden Demon.
Golden Demon, yes, thank you.
I always describe those nerd corrections as the hissing of lightsabers.
Please.
Have you seen that line of shirts where it's like the wrong quote?
Yeah.
It's like, Terminator saying, "I will return." It's just like fingers on a blackboard.
That was my high school yearbook quote was, "May the force be ever in your favor, Mr. Potter." Gandalf, Chronicles of Narnia.
There you go.
And I stand by it.
That's it. Get Carl Jung on the phone. I am playing Boris, and he's like a failed accountant. And he's really annoying. He's this little lawful neutral guy that just wants to run the franchise correctly, and he's very concerned about what head office will think because he worships Jim Darkmagic. Green Flame! Because he has no idea really who Jim Darkmagic is, or he'd reconsider his life choices, but he thinks he's cool.
And the reason we're talking about Acq Inc., of course, you can see them in the photo. Those are some very nice Acq Inc. company tokens, which we came out with in the last few weeks. You can grab right now in Campaign Coins. So we thought
before we dive into the making of, Cool Dice, Jackson, what are they?
Oh, excellent. Those are PolyHero Dice. That's a Melbourne group who have surfaced on Kickstarters in years past.
That's Dan May's outfit, yeah.
Dan May, PolyHero Dice. They are excellent. Check them out. They make class dice. So they're dice, but they're not in the standard shapes you recognize. They're completely unique molds. And I've got the warrior set right there, which has the D20 in the shape of a shield, and the D12 is in the shape of a helmet, and the D8 is in the shape of a longsword. They're really cool. They're like little tactile weapons and armor that actually roll along the table and show you some numbers. I've just put the link in the chat there. PolyHero Dice. So you can get the warrior and the wizard and the rogue right now. They're very cool.
Rogue's cool. You get little grappling hooks.
Little daggers and grappling hooks.
Things, yeah. Wait, cat spotting. Hey, drink. Cat spotted on the stream. Drink. So we're having a great time in Phandalin. I really adore adore this supplement because you just look in it and it's with the art as is. Oh, I'm going to get the name of the artist wrong, but they are fantastic. Avivor, apologies for pronunciation. Her art has got so much character, and you just look through this book and it just makes you happy. It looks like D&D in the way modern D&D is played, like anarchic, fun, hilarious. I think it's spot on. This and Curse of Strahd are like neck and neck for my favorite D&D books. And big shout out to Dan, 7-time enforcer at PAX Australia, who's been running it for us. And also I want to give a huge thanks to Phil and Marion, my great friends, for putting Acking into my brain, talking about this cool thing. And I remember they had this like weird dice set. I was like, what's all that about? And Leonie and Vince and Dan, all huge fans. And Marion took me to the Acking show. I hadn't seen them play. And because I was at a convention where I wasn't working, I saw them in Seattle. We queued in the scorching heat for like 2 hours. It was an health and safety nightmare, but we got inside, and being in a 2,000 strong crowd, and a small piece of molded plastic with 20 sides lands on one surface and people go ballistic, like someone's like taking a specky at the MCG. I just thought I'd use the most obscure sports reference I could dig out there. And it's that visceral thrill, and it was this really amazing moment that role-playing kind of has arrived as entertainment, passion, pastime. So they are awesome, and they're going to be on the streams at exactly this time tomorrow. Jerry is running Kids on Bikes. Fantastic. Or Tales from the Loop. Tales from the Loop. One of those 80s kids games.
It's Tales from the Loop.
It is Tales from the Loop. I'm an idiot. And he's setting it in his actual own junior high. So that's cool. So watch them tomorrow. That'll be hilarious. That's the C team. So we just started talking to them, and they started talking to us, and like, hey, we should make some things. Yeah, we should make some things. And it all happened. This time last year, I was in Seattle, and I went and met with Alicia and Lydia. Lydia does all the merch, and she's tremendous. You can just see from, in fact, just the quality of the Penny Arcade merch. It's like working with Beadle and Grimm. You can see why things are so good because of the care taken. And so Kiko did all the designs for this. Now, we make coins in several ways. One of them is we say, hey, Paizo, we'd like to make things. Can we have a license, please? And then we come up with designs and we get approvals, and that's cool. And the other thing that happens is someone like Penny Arcade comes along and says, we want to make some coins. We have some designs. Can you be our manufacturer? And so we say, okay, cool. And with a lot of clients, and sometimes we go, okay, well, maybe you need to do this or this, or maybe could we suggest from our experience, this would be fine. But Kiko is such a gun that this was a dream project. I mean, they're all dream projects, but this one was so smooth. So, he shared something that has never been seen before. Well, at least I hadn't seen it before. These are his original coin profile sketches of Omen and Jim. So he wanted that classic, coin face. So knocking my microphone around. And I love the way he's kind of thought about the way kind of Jim's hair is falling behind him as it does, and looking really kind of stern. So this is not something that we sell, but you can get them on the Penny Arcade merch site. They are the challenge coins. And so those were his original sketches. Then obviously he's working with kind of Jerry and Mike to get that all happening. Looking really great. And then he would evolve that to the complete coin design. And you guys all know all about challenge coins. You can see his original design there. He was thinking 35 mil. I think that was one thing where we came along and said, oh, challenge coins are often a little bit bigger. And so they went with that. All of the logos and the names and the lettering, that's all his work. So this was a cinch. This is what we call a 2D coin. So there's no 3D sculpting. You want them to be really flat. There it is there, shiny. So they're nice and hefty and upside down. Yes, indeed. But I believe on the PowerPoint we've got a much better photo of how they turned out. And it was fun to me because in the design, like the rim on the Acking side is raised, but the rim on the rim on the character side is raised. The rim on the Acking side is recessed. And I didn't know if that would look quite right, but we gave it a crack. And because Kiko is a genius, it's just perfect. It's a really pleasing coin. Great for flipping. Yay, Omen. And I now use the gym coin as my inspiration token for my wizard Boris, because he's a big fan, first time caller. So those worked out really nicely, and you can get them at the Penny Arcade merch site. But of course, what we are super excited about and wanted to do was to make money. So we made the ACQUISTIONS company tokens, and again from Kiko's design. Yeah, there they are.
There they are.
Hefty.
Oh, you've got them too. Excellent. There they are.
Oh, let's just jangle.
Let's just jangle a bit.
String up in here.
We get a jangle in before
with the
convention season.
Nice embroidered bag. We talked about all kinds of things and how they could be used in play. And the original designer, these are big coins. You've got some there, Jackson. They're really kind of long, rectangular. And we talked about kind of stacking and also the way coins could nest together. So Kiko has designed those. And you can see in the original design that the copper is slightly smaller than the silver, which is slightly smaller than the gold. So that was the plan, that you could form a little pyramid out of them. And you can see the kind of exact nature of his design, the way the heights are, the lowest levels and the highest levels. So again, total dream. And lots of references to how the 3D, because the ACQUISTIONS logo should be 3D, how that should look. Yeah, that's the way they kind of stack, and you can see how big they are. So I'm looking forward to playing Three Dragon Ante with it, my favorite card game by Rob Heinze. You all should own it. Isn't that right, Jonathan? Everybody should own Three Dragon Ante. It's Jonathan's dad's favorite game. That is how good it is. Also, I hear on the Twitters. The design comes in, and what we do always with all of our coins is we do a 3D render, and I think you've got that there, and it looks awful. It looks like soap. It does not look like an impressive thing, but it shows you what the heights and layers, and specifically that we've got Jonathan says it's correct. It is his dad's favorite game. Jonathan has the coolest dad. You all lose. Sorry, other dads. Sorry, my dad and your dad. All right. That you can see the ACQUISTIONS logo, the way it looks, and so we send that forward. It gets approved, and then we make them. And that's a photo clearly of how they turned out. But in fact, we had a little bit of a problem. The original copper pattern was very fine, and that turned out to be just a bit too fine for the way our die casting likes it. So we had a bit of a faulty copper sample, and then Kiko went back, increased the weave, and so we corrected that at our expense, of course, and out they came. They stacked perfectly, which is exactly as per the design. Great project, great coins. I love them. You can get them from Penny Arcade merchandise. You can also get them from us. If you're in the US, postage will be a lot better for you from there. And they also are doing Black Friday sales every Friday, so check that out. What about our Black Friday sales, Jackson?
What about our Black Friday sales? I'm so glad you asked.
How much percent?
For folks who missed it, not percent, 15%, yes. If you spend at least $15, $15 US from Friday to Monday, you'll get 15% off your order. And we've also got more shipping discounts, which are on our front page right now. $5 off, $10 off, depending on how much you spend. So keep an eye out for that.
International shipping.
For international shipping.
At these prices, we're practically giving them away. Surely we wouldn't give coins away, Jackson.
How dare we?
Like on this stream, for example.
There we go. There we go. Excellent. Yes. I had to look at the PowerPoint for Trump. Yes, if you've just joined us, you may have missed that we are giving coins away. We're giving 25 real dollars worth of fake dollars. If you type !treasure into the chat right now, you'll go into a chance to win 25 US dollars worth of stuff. We've got you, Wizard. No matter how many times you type it, you'll get more entries. We're wise to you. But
yeah, we know all about that.
Thank you so much.
All that balloting business. Yes, say no more. All right, let's talk about more coins.
So we have more coins, such as some fantasy Bronze Age coins, rather, from the fantasy Bronze Age world of Glorantha.
RuneQuest, oh my God.
You can see mine just on the edge of the frame there.
Yeah, quite. This is my game. Oh my God, I love this. I recall the night in 1982 at university, because I'm old, people. Soul searching, a literal sleepless night, because I got RuneQuest, and it was so much better than AD&D. It was and is Embarrassing. No offense to AD&D, fine game, but RuneQuest just is a completely new take. Genius of Steve Perrin. And Jackson, we played some RuneQuest Classic.
Yeah.
What was it, the year before?
Last
Last
year.
year?
Do.
No,
There
I don't.
it is. That's
No.
the one. That's the reprint of the classic RuneQuest that I believe you got me for Christmas one year.
Yay!
Which was delightful.
That's
There
the way
it
to get
is.
people to play games you're keen on. Actually, bring it back, Jackson. I want to talk about that for a second.
Oh, they've got it on the PowerPoint, so they've got a better view. But yes, you should look at it as well. Cast your mind back.
Yeah, but I think that cover is remarkable. That's from 1979 or so on the art. But check it out. It's a woman taking care of business, given that rock lizard what it's got coming, sensibly armored. Like when you go to battle, you put armor on your stomach. That's where you will get cut. However, her limbs are free because it's the Bronze Age and you need that freedom of movement. We're not kind of medieval knights yet. So like no need of rescue. She is on the case. The lizard's going down. It's a beautiful piece of art by Luise Perenne. And if you compare that to some of the other art of the time, I just think it's why we just thought, wow, this is a game that speaks to us as a mythic story. Now, Louise is not well at the moment. And if you Google up her name, Luise Perenne,
Sure
or Louise of the Phoenix, Louise of the Phoenix, there is a GoFundMe to help with her care. And she and Steve would surely appreciate that, and I would too. But I mean, RPG pioneers who are kind of non-bloke, women and non-binary people, just blazing trails. And I think Luise Perenne is an absolute shooting star in the hemisphere of role-playing games. So love it. What do you think of RuneQuest when we played?
I was delighted. It was such a kind of a freeing experience from D&D and other fantasy D20 games, having no classes, I guess, being completely free to not have the book tell you this is what you get, this is what you can do, but rather these are all the things anyone can do, and then you get these bonuses depending on your cult and depending on your god. Kind of points you in a direction, but you really feel like you are living in this world. I guess it presents a very kind of realistic world with dragons and dragon newts and all that good stuff. But it's a world that feels real because of the way the characters are built. It was a good time having all of that kind of simulation-inspired rules like hit locations. And knowing exactly kind of what's happening in the combat. Combat was super deadly because you've got all those crazy kind of headshots and what else am I thinking of?
Well, your hit points never go up. Like a RuneQuest character, like me, if you just stab me, I'm gonna die. It's like you stab a 10th level fighter, he goes, is that the best you got? Yeah, sorry, fighting man. Or they, or she. But RuneQuest, your body's your body. And you just, like, as they say in Dark Souls, get good. You need to parry. You need to hit first. Or you need to, as you guys did, how can we murder them before they murder us?
I feel like that was the real game. It was what can you do to avoid a fight, or if you have to fight, what can you do to fight as dirty as possible? So we do stuff like drop things on people's heads from bridges before we actually reveal ourselves, and we were tricking trolls into fighting each other instead of us. That was a good time.
That was the genius of Leone, and she's in chat saying getting into fights in RuneQuest is scary. But they've got the new edition now. It's an absolute cracker. You can get the quick start as a free download, so you've got to check out the combat system, and that's the quick start there with a nice kind of homage to the original cover. The new edition is, I resisted it because I love the old one. Why do I need a new version of this game? The new edition is fantastic because the runes have actually now empower your character, and you can be inspired by the movement of air. You can be inspired by your love of your tribe. And so it's really mythic. It's a really great storytelling game now. So love RuneQuest, worth a look. And so lifelong dream for me to make the coins for it. Working with Alex Ries, my old friend from Blue Tongue THQ, And I think we've got some color art that he did that's actually in the RuneQuest book.
There it is.
Those are the coin designs. If you want to see Alex Ries's art lately, play Subnautica, because he's a concept artist, so he's under the sea, which is, I'm sad, because he's way too busy, professional and successful to get any more time to do coins for us, because he's an amazing artist. But these coins, I talked with Jeff Richard in 2012, I think, and he said, "Oh boy, coins! We got to make coins." And we've got some pencil sketches there. Jeff blogged about these. Those are his original designs for Gloranthan currency. So I love that, weirdly enough, here's us evolving our company further, expanding what Andre had already started, and kind of getting ready to be on the scene to bring these to life. These appeared in the Encyclopedia Glorantha, which I would lift up right now, but I would need to flex a whole lot more. Look at this bony arm. I can't lift the Encyclopedia without a truss. An amazing, huge 2-volume set with the full kind of Glorantha Encyclopedia and information. So the coins were in there. I'm afraid I don't know the artist, but they worked from Jeff's original pencil sketches to kind of evolve those. And so, therefore, on the next slide, you can see that's Alex taking those sketches and redoing them. Our coins work best if they're vectored art. Sean, type that again and close up the space between the exclamation mark and treasure. Everybody, if you want to win treasure, you need to do it exclamation mark treasure, no space. Whoops, yep, good. No worries, mate. We weren't clear. We don't want you to miss out on a technicality. No fake voting on our show, no. So those are the designs. And also, you can see that in the Sessionel and silver coin, which is a very tiny coin, what's lovely about the guide is it literally told me the size, the diameter of the coins, which made them really easy to make. You can see the original design of the little kind of goddess figure there. And then on our next slide, that is us now considering the layers. And with our classic fantasy coins, and we like a raised rim, because if you raise the rim, you can have the 3D coming up and then they kind of can stack. But with an ancient coin, it's literally someone taking a slug of precious metal and smashing it with a hammer, which is the way Shirepost Mint make their coins, because they're lovely. Check them out. We wanted to have that sense of a flat surface. So the rim is actually kind of sloping away from the coin and the 3D really pops up. They're really marvelous looking coins.
And it makes them look like they're from the world, like they've been traveling in the pockets of Sardarite nobles for yonks, and this is what they look like these days.
Yeah, and they've got the kind of rough edges and they're kind of just a bit manky. So they've turned out really well. And so on the slides following, we have our marvelous technical artist is then doing the sculpture. But in each case, actually, Jeff is so clever to evoke Bronze Age. He's gone and looked at ancient currency. I'm afraid I didn't take a note of exactly which cultures these coins are from, but that is. Oh, I'm now having a Gloranthan knowledge fail. So I'll just smoothly go across. That's a man in a hat. My fault is classic RuneQuest is in Prax and Sartar, and once you get out of that, I'm totally lost. Anyway, so that's a coin. But you can see that the look of the guy, so it was nice to be able to go back to the technical artist and say, hey, here's some photo reference for you. The next one is Orlanth, the Sartar coin. And again, the notion of these people at this table with the court around. We had an ancient coin to look at. And then we go back to this kind of goddess figure. And I change the art there, or suggest that we change it to have this kind of sort of strange side view for her I think that's an Indian coin. So I think the reason these coins are so beautiful is they're just impeccably researched by Jeff, cleanly drawn by Alex, nicely sculpted by the technical artist, and they all came together. And that's the 4 new ones that we've released, which at Black Friday you can get at 15% off. And we thank everybody who's already ordered them. Yours will arrive sooner and in time for the holidays. So thank you for supporting us. It really helps. If you want to find out about RuneQuest, how would we do that, Jackson?
Well, I guess the best way to get started is you jump over to Chaosium's Twitch and YouTube channels, because there's an ongoing series of RuneQuest live play called the White Bull campaign, which is, of course, penned by the Chaosium creative director Jeff Richard. And he's assembled a crack team of players: Richard, Claudia, Neil, Phil, and Linda. And they're having a great time stomping around Glorantha.
And he's telling the classic story of Argraf, Prince Argraf, kind of liberating Pavis and then marching back to Sartar. So it's like the King Arthur moment when you're at Pelennor Fields. It's this mythic thing we've always known about in Glorantha, and telling it real time in a game. And Jeff has a great style, and I'm learning so much from it. That he doesn't really role play in the moment. He tells it like you're telling it around a fire. And he's really great to watch. You just catch the first episode. And what I love about that piece of art, you immediately go, that is like no D&D game I've ever played. Like her dress, the attitude, the magic, everything about her, the culture. And you've got to watch Claudia play Gina Gravedancer. This kind of amazing kind of dancing necromancer that just like if there's a crime has been committed or like there's an assassin has died, then she's immediately like animating the corpse, getting the spirit out and threatening it. Like, you better tell me, if you want to be buried properly. And it's a story like you've never seen before. So check it out.
So
there's also a really...
have a look at Chaosium's YouTube channel. All the previous episodes are up there. Give them a subscribe. And also they're live streamed our time Saturday night. So earlier on Saturday in most of the world on Chaosium's Twitch channel. So have a follow over there as well.
And there's also a great introduction to RuneQuest with Beck from the Good Time Society, Brian from Chaosium, some other great players, Allure and Panda. And so you can watch that as well. Or just download the Quick Start and get in, as we did back in the 80s.
You downloaded the Quick Start rules in the 80s?
No, we just got in.
Oh,
like we didn't need all this YouTube. We just went, I want to play this game. And my God, let me tell you about 80s role-playing game indexing. It's just a nightmare. So hurrah for indexing.
I did get that sense from the RuneQuest Classic book. This is a game that someone has typed out in one sitting on a typewriter and thrown it to the press.
I've had another idea. Yeah, I'm just gonna, that was simple times. But great game, great world, and all respect and power to Greg Stafford. So yeah, nice one. I think we've finished our show.
We've just about reached the end. Yeah. So if you're still watching, thank you. And this is your last chance to type in !treasure, no space. Defeat that autocorrect to throw a space in after that punctuation. !treasure into the chat if you haven't already, to enter the draw to win $25 of campaign coins credit. Which is a pretty sweet deal.
Because it's going to be worth even more in our Black Friday sale.
Even more from Friday to Monday. There are the dates.
Do maths live. $25 plus 15%. Go.
$2.50 plus another half, $1.25, $3.75.
Oh, it's just like watching 8 out of 10 cats does countdown. Like, that's amazing. Without a net, just any steam coming out there.
Not yet. No. Wait till I get started. There's the Black Friday sale details. 15% off when you spend US $15 from this Friday. And we've got our permanent, semi-permanent, permanent for now, international shipping discounts if you're buying from outside of Australia. Spend at least US $20, get $5 off, or spend $150, get $10 off your shipping costs.
Nice cool. Shout out here from Sean, who loves his coins and concentration token from the Kickstarter.
Thank you, Sean.
I adore the concentration token. I will try to find mine. Great piece of work by D20 Monkey. We talked about this on our Gen Con stream, but two-sided. Oh, shiny. But nice kind of magic signals. But when you're concentrating, all the enamel is red. So, I am thinking, just like Jackson, thinking about 15% from 25. Well, I'm just going to shout maths at you now. Let's have a winner.
Excellent. Let's have a winner. As I go to our giveaway screen. All right, we've got 10 hopeful winners, and the winner goes to Wizard of D. Has won the giveaway. Has won $25 worth of campaign coins credit. Congratulations to the Wizard.
Hurrah! Nice one. And how will they impersonate themselves and cash in on this loot?
Best send us a message on Twitter or Facebook or through the contact form on the website with some way to prove that you are in fact the owner of the wizard in question, and we'll let you know how you can get your hands on that credit.
Thank you so much, Wizard of D. Thank you so much for everyone who's viewed now. You're going to be viewing later. Drop us a comment on YouTube as well. We're going to be back in 2 weeks, and we're going to pick up part 2 of our series, using coins in campaigns. We're going to talk about economics, treasury, and the business of shopping. Everyone loves to shop.
Should be great.
So, yeah, we'll be back.
Chuck us a follow here, chuck us a subscribe on YouTube, and stay in touch.
Play more games.
Play more games. All right, see you next time.
Copyright Will Bleeding.
Ciao.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great week. Bye-bye.